Good morning. In this video, I want to talk about the single fastest way to grow your company's revenue, whether you're a founder, a sales leader, or even a salesperson. And in many cases, it comes down to truly mastering your ability to deliver cold email infrastructure. Now, why do I say that? Now, I've been in SaaS sales, software sales for over a decade now, and I've seen and done it all. In my first role, I was in a printer and copier company. It was pretty much exclusively cold calling. As my career advanced, I was then getting into many more different tactics, from even going office to office, knocking doors, sending emails, picking up the phone, as mentioned, going through the yellow pages, LinkedIn, doing automation there. I mean, I've done absolutely every single channel under the sun. Now, let's talk about a few of the channels and some of the upside, the pros, the cons that I've seen of each. Now, let's think about cold calling first of all. Now, I think cold calling is one of the best skills you can master, mainly because it actually teaches you to be fluid in your speed of thought and the way you're able to conversate with someone. It also helps you to become more effective at dealing with rejection, because you've got to pick up the phone, you've got to quickly articulate yourself, work your way past some objections, and then be able to secure a next step. That helps you to become more fluid even when you're interacting with customers, and it also betters your temperament in dealing with rejection. Now, the challenge with this is that in the current climate, one, it's not always easy to source numbers, right? Especially because people aren't in offices now, so you're much more reliant on mobile numbers. Two, the success rate is very mixed, right? It's not great. It's not known to have the best success rate. You might make 100 calls and book a couple of meetings. It's difficult. The third component is it drains your energy. So every time you're making a call, just naturally your energy goes down because it requires a lot of you. You've got to enunciate yourself. You've got to put a lot into it. So those are some of the pros and cons there. You've then got LinkedIn, which is an incredible channel. I mean, I'm a huge advocate of LinkedIn, and you've got different ways that you can go about your outreach. Of course, you can send a message. There's automation tools, which I don't recommend because it's a one-way ticket to get your account banned. And then you've also got voice notes and video. And I see some people that have really great success with this. The challenge with LinkedIn ultimately is because the automation tools LinkedIn doesn't like, and it often gets people's accounts banned, is that it's just pretty time intensive, right? You've got to manually send messages. You've got to manually do a lot as it relates to whether it's videos or voice notes, and that takes time, effort, and energy. And of course, that's part of the job. And I absolutely recommend that LinkedIn forms some form of a part of your strategy, but it's just not particularly scalable. Then you've got knocking down doors, like I mentioned, I had to do at one point. Again, very good for resilience, getting used to talking to people, dealing with rejection and setbacks, but it's absolutely not scalable, right? You've got to get out, go from one address to another. It's just not particularly sustainable in this particular market. Now, of course, there's other ways to generate demand. And I'm not going to cover every single one in this video, but the reason why I found certainly in 2024 and onwards that email infrastructure, cold email infrastructure has become incredibly powerful is for a multitude of different reasons. One of those being the fact that it is really the only channel that is infinitely scalable. You can just create an infrastructure. You can directly target the exact persona and group of people that you want to target based on company size, industry, job title, demographic, based on signals if they've raised funding or otherwise. You can get super specific on who you actually want to reach out to. You can create a specific message directly to that target market, and you can create various different variations of doing it. But then it's also infinitely scalable only once you've set up the correct infrastructure. And this is the challenge I see for a lot of companies, is they set up what they feel is appropriate, as in they just connect an email account to a tool like a Salesloft or Outreach. But the challenge is, in this market, one of the hardest things to do is actually get your email to the other person's inbox without ending up in spam. It's very difficult. There's a lot of different mechanisms that come along with making sure that your email actually hits their inbox versus landing up in spam. And if that's a challenge you have, or you could do with some support in actually setting up the infrastructure that is scalable and gets you to the inbox, we can absolutely help with that. Go on my profile, you'll see a button that says Let's Scale. Click on that, book a call with us, and we can walk you through what it takes to actually build and create an infrastructure that will get you to the inbox and is elastic so that it can scale over time. The other components of email that's important is, again, it's not an energy drain. It's a machine that works in the background. It can work overnight, throughout the day, while you're sitting and focusing on other things. You just see your inbox lighting up with a great stream of qualified sales leads that you can then work on, or you can get your team to work on. So it's automated in a fashion that allows you to continue to focus on more strategic work. And again, depending on your company size, you can scale to hundreds of messages, thousands of messages a day. Really depends on the offer you have, the target market that you want to reach, and everything in between. And so I found that if you can master cold email, it is absolutely the best channel for outreach in this current climate, in this market and beyond. Again, if you need any support with any of this, do feel free to reach out to me. I hope you found this video helpful in some way. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below or by direct message, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.